Today, I'm going to help you become a better writer by answering some common creative writing questions. I have a secret tip that's going to help you the next time you're working with or you have to collaborate with other writers. Welcome to Kauffman Writes. I'm Kauffman. Can anyone be a creative writer? For most of us out there, we have to practice a lot to get better at writing. I think I was interested in writing innately when I was very young. So I've been practicing and writing nearly my entire life. Do you want to become better at creative writing though? Literally all it takes is practice, practice, practice. And all you have to do is do 5 minutes a day. Even if you did some type of free write or a writing prompt, you could literally go Google creative writing prompts and you get probably a couple thousand creative writing prompts out there. The sky is the limit, but the challenge is, can you do it? As a student, how do I get better with creative writing? I would say that it comes down to challenging yourself with your assignments. Push yourself to do something different. Do not play it safe. So if you have to do an assignment about dialogue, choose a character who would really, really struggle with talking. What would the biggest obstacle be for this character? Maybe they stutter a lot, or maybe they have a certain dialect. If you tailor the story to the assignment, that will challenge you and help you improve as a creative writer. How do you use creative writing to describe fear? Here's the trick. Leverage the 5 senses. What does fear do to you specifically? Physical sensations, you could be getting goosebumps. If you were seeing something, how would you describe the fear? Like, what would it look like? Everything's going to sound louder. Noises are going to sound worse. And that could be a really real thing that adds to the anxiety. What does fear taste like? Do you get dry mouth? Are you at a loss for words? What do you smell? So let's say you were afraid of clowns. Would you have been reminded of what the circus smelled like? So you use your senses to connect back to the emotion that you're trying to describe. Technique of the day. This is the perfect strategy to help you just give better critiques and better advice. All right. So starting with the first step for this strategy, please, the first thing, just kindness, because that's going to help affect your tone and how you deliver. Step number 2, clarify what their expectations are. When we put something out there, we unintentionally tie our self-esteem into the piece because we love and we cherish what we write. And when we hear expectations that don't match what we put out, then that can create confusion. Number 3, don't forget to ask what type of audience/reader this creative piece is intended for. If you're not the type of audience, or you're not the type of reader that it's supposed to be for, that they're aware of that, because that's going to give you additional insight into like, oh, this piece is meant for me, or oh, this is not meant for me at all. And then when you go about reviewing it, it's going to let you approach it a little differently. Once you've read the piece, the first thing is to ask them, how did they feel about it? And it is the most amazing thing. You guys can relate. But if there's a huge disconnect, then that shows that the way that you're going to give the advice has to be tailored towards their expectations. Begin the feedback with what works. Always start with the positive, because regardless of how much the piece needs to be changed, regardless of how much you have to critique it, we pour our hearts into our writing. I know you probably do as well. And then once the positive feedback has been given, tailor the feedback to their skill level. The type of advice I would give a beginning creative writer who's putting out maybe a few stories would be completely different than the type of advice I would give to a seasoned creative writer. And then what you want to do after that is you want to ask them to go read your work, because we both know that's what you're really after. Additionally, if you found any value from any of the information that we went over, don't forget to like and or subscribe to this video. That way you'll be alerted when I drop new stuff. I'll be live streaming daily. I'll be coming out with new pieces of writing content, and I'll also be coming out with new strategies and maybe some games just to help you improve as a writer. And so we can all do some more fun collaborations. All right. This is all that I got for you. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Kauffman, and I'll catch you on the flip side.